Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my first boating experience in over a decade and my first time going with my provider in her pontoon boat that she owned with her husband. I went to Lake Merwin last Wednesday, and as you could tell, it was August 26th, and I posted those videos on my channel. I had a great time, and I'm going to just do a little story time and tell you the whole day and what the process was of loading the boat on the water. So Jenny and her husband picked me up at 12:30 p.m. They had to run and get the boat hitch for their car, and they packed some food and some drinks, and I brought my day pack and food and drinks also. We hit the road at 12:45 after my parents got to meet her husband and just to get everything planned out. It was a nice drive, and we talked, we just hung out. I was really nervous because I haven't been on a boat in over a decade, so I was like squeezing my hands, I couldn't breathe, I had hot flashes, I was wearing a mask too in the front seat with Jenny, so that kind of got me more anxious because her husband was in the back seat. I was fine with him in the back seat, but I was just nervous with all the game of going on the boat. I was not ready, but Jenny helped me calm down. But even now, I'm having a hot flash. I'm just like, why is my body overheating, just telling you the recap of my day? Maybe because I'm so nervous of boats, but I'll tell you why after this segment of my video, because actually there was one incident that I got freaked out. But other than that, we drove to her cabin at Lake Merwin. We went to the bathroom. We undid the cover of the boat, and we just got the boat situated, and we hooked it up to the trailer and to the trailer of the car. So after they did that, they had to reverse the car and the boat to the opposite direction, and then we had to really pay attention to the boat because the boat was on a trailer, so we had to drive really carefully down the windy, curvy road. And boy, those roads you can't see sometimes because it was so curvy. So it took a long time. I was like, it took us like 20 minutes to go down to the lake. It usually takes us 10 minutes with no boat. And it's like, it felt all day just to go to the dock. But Jenny was in the front passenger seat. Mike was driving and I was in the back seat. And I was fine going downhill because I didn't get car sick. But boy, was the ride down kind of bumpy and shaky because the trailer was hauling a big boat. So we went to the docks, and Mike was in charge of unhooking the boat, and Jenny was in charge of getting on the boat, and I followed Jenny. So I got on the boat. Before it got launched in the water, we climbed up the ladder, and Jenny had to start the engine and back the boat in, and Mike had to pull back and then launch us in the water and then bump us in. So we did that, and all this is on camera, by the way. I captured the whole process. And then we had to wait for Mike while he parked the trailer and his car, and then we headed to the lake. And it was calm. It was really calm. And I video my reaction of launching the boat in the water, and it was kind of scary too because I didn't really been launched in the boat ever, so it was such a new experience. But it was calm because the pontoon boat is like even because it like kind of is not bumpy because it's floating onto little things. And then we went and picked Mike up, and we had to go around the dock, and Jenny had to go slowly and get him and back up, and then we headed towards the right of the lake, and we drove the boat for like 30 minutes, and Jenny was the captain, so she was the driver. Mike that's not really his job, I don't think, all the time. So Mike was just relaxing. I was by Jenny, sitting in the chair, couch area. And then Jenny was the driver. Jenny and Mike were like tour guides and like talked to us about the boat and regulated my emotions to make sure I was okay. And the water was really peaceful. And then, funny thing, before we got Mike, Jenny parked the boat while we were waiting for Mike before we got him. And the boat started to do this. And of course, I don't know what happened, but I think sometimes it was not her fault. I know that. But sometimes when you park, like, you just become really uneven. So I got freaked out. And then Jenny had to start the engine and, like, drive a little bit further away. But that was, like, the only, like, I was like, Rrr. It was so scary. But Jenny moved the boat and I was fine after that. But the water was really peaceful. We saw some other boats in the water. We saw some people jump off rocks and have a good time in the water. We didn't get in the water. It was just a really nice day. And Jenny taught me how to drive their boat. And I think she wanted me to teach me because she really thought I would enjoy it. But the way she did it was kind of crazy. The boat was driving slowly. And I think she really wanted me to drive the boat. So she got out of her seat. The boat was still moving and no one was in the driver's seat. I was like looking at Jenny for like maybe 20 seconds, like, I didn't say anything, but it's like no one's driving it. And I don't know, I kind of got nervous, but she knew like the boat was not gonna hit a rock or hit land, like, but anyways, I was nervous. So I took charge, drove the boat, and that is how Jenny kind of forced me to drive the boat, was letting the boat drive by itself for 30 seconds. And I was like, fine. And then Jenny taught me the gears of how to move the boat, and the shift is like here. It's not a pedal. So I was just relaxing on the boat, and it was good because it was not like a car. I didn't have to drive with my feet. I was driving with my hands, and the shifter was right here. And the steering wheel was easy to maneuver. But it was like, okay, that's how you want to teach me? Go ahead. And then she wanted me to test out the gears and the shifting and going back and forth. And boy, it took some force to really feel the boat move and just to know how to gauge how fast you want to go and how to stop. And I did that. Jenny took some videos of me and then some pictures of me too. And I love that she captured the day and captured that moment, because I love that I don't have to capture my life by myself. I have Jenny to help me document my life too. So I posted those on my Facebook page, but it was funny too. Drive the boat with no license, but I was safe, and Mike, her husband, said, yeah, as long as you have someone in the boat that has experience, who has insurance and a boater's license, you're fine to drive the boat. So I was driving the boat. It was kind of funny, but on the way back to the docks, oh my gosh, you won't believe it. It was windy, and it was kind of choppy on the waters because we arrived back late afternoon and the wind picked up and the boat was like this, fast, because the current was going the opposite direction. So the current was here, so the wind was pushing us slow, and then we had to like go like past the wind fast, and we were in a no wake zone before we headed to the docks. But boy, I was like this. I was like, my eyes shut, my nose, freaking out. I was like, because it was just like a lot of like bumps in the water and wind and splashes in my face. I was like, oh, I was so nervous. And then Jenny said, you're good, you're good, you're good. Like, nothing to worry about. But she was the driver. on the way back, but I was like, what? What? But I didn't get seasick. It was just like a new experience for me. And we had to go faster so we could beat the wind. So Jenny pulled into the dock and Mike anchored the boat into the anchor slots and did the rope tie. And then we got off the boat. We packed up our stuff and we just relaxed for a little bit on land before we had to get in the car. And they had a boat slip, so the boat is in the water for the next 2 weeks. So we didn't have to pack it up in the trailer. So that was nice that they didn't have to do that step. But it was just really peaceful to be on land for like 15 minutes just to relax and just to get my senses under control. And then we headed back to the cabin to put the trailer away. I was actually in the front seat because I was in the back seat for like 2 minutes, and Mike was driving and Jenny was in the front seat with him. And then like 2 minutes in the car ride, I rolled down my window and I didn't like that I couldn't see the road, and just because my face mask was on me, not on the boat. We were social distance on the boat, but in the car, I was like, I need some more fresh air. I need fresh air. And I know when my body needs fresh air. So Jenny said, hey, go to the front seat. So Jenny said, we need to stop. We need to stop. And then Mike pulled over, like 20 seconds in, hearing Jenny saying that to him, and we exchanged seats, so I didn't have to get seasick or car sick, and just to help me with my anxiety level. And she read my mind. She knows my body inside and out, so she picked up on my cues, and I was happy that we made it to the cabin. We went to the bathroom, and then we headed home, and we got home roughly around 7 p.m. So it was a nice day. I was lucky that Jenny and Mike were there to help me experience this in a safe and secure manner. And I told them I appreciate you guys helping me through this fear. You guys are the best. I know I trust you guys because you've been owning boats for a long time. You take your friends, your grandkids, your family out on the boat, so I have faith that you know what you're doing. So I had no fears about going on the boat with them. It was just like passing my own fears about getting seasick and being stranded and everything else that involves about boats. But we had gas, which was a great thing, and for the boat, and it was just all a great day. Besides that one experience when Jenny stopped the boat, it was like, what? I could feel my body like, what? But other than that, it was nice that Jenny taught me the process of loading the boat and unhooking the boat in the water and docking the boat. It was such a good experience to witness, and I'm sure in the future I'll be going on the boat again, and I'll get used to it. It takes some time to get over your fears. Like, it was just a big milestone that I witnessed in my life because it was my first time ever going on a pontoon boat. But I would go back again. I didn't get in the water, but maybe I will next time. But it was such an easy day, and I felt supported by Jenny. She really took care of me, and she really helped me, and I am so glad I documented these videos on my channel. So now I can look back on these videos and say, what did I do with Jenny this day? I came over my fear, and I rode on her boat for the first time in 10 years. So, and again, Mike was there just to help us load the boat in the water too. But it was nice to get that third person on the boat because I had nothing to do with boats. So I felt safer having him on the boat too, just in case something happened. And it was just a fun day. But that's the recap of my day. And it was August 26, 2020. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in my next video.